Does anyone know the status of the Washington plan? I've read several articles that say the Obamacare plan does phase out Medicaid expansion,
Yes.
but there's a plan for that.
Between now and
Yes.
2020.
Okay, so it also,
However,
so I guess my question is to talk about
Goes
this.
back to the state.
You got Asa, who's kind of in a strange position because the liberals are gonna hate that idea and he loves to try to please them. But then you have the conservatives, obviously, we don't want it, and we have Josh Miller's bill to actually freeze it now. It looks like he's against that, so Jackie, go ahead, I'm just
well,
asking.
okay, I
Or to
haven't
cancel the
finished
committee
reading
like
the
it is with
plan,
other
and
things.
and it points to sections of the law, so I gotta go back to the Obamacare law, look at the regulations and all that, kind of figure out what they're actually doing. But on the Medicaid expansion, yeah, they're gonna get rid of it, it's gonna be phased out starting in 2018 to 2020, and then they're gonna block grant to the states for their Medicaid. But this is the,
It says block grant?
yes, but this is the.
At what level of funding though? Is the-
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is the thing with Asa. Asa's up for election next year. He
Good.
will be reelected. So by the time
Most likely.
2020 rolls around, he could care less what it's gonna be. That's the problem.
What I've heard this morning
So-
is it didn't allow you to cross state lines, which is one of the huge.
Purchase, that's
Purchasing,
correct, that's correct. And as I understood it, they're not gonna be allowed to go across state lines for purchase is because of the.
The healthcare insurance companies are not, they're exempt from antitrust laws.
But they were saying it had something to do with how it's being run. It was in the reconciliation.
Well, that goes against everything I've heard that they ran on. It would be, we would die across
Then we
the
have to
will
buy across lines.
I will tell you that Tom Cotton and Rick Crawford on Saturday morning stated over and over and over again that they are pushing for selling of healthcare insurance products across state lines because more competition does drive down the premium.
Right.
And I think Stuart Varney this morning, on Stuart Varney, evidently Trump tweeted out something about creating more competition in the prescription drug industry. That's the reason some of those stocks were down this morning.
Oh, yeah, and they're down.
Well, he's talking about price controls on pharmaceuticals, is what I'm understanding
Well,
Trump to say.
this was talking about competition, not price control.
Listen, I worked in this for 35 years. You remember how many of it in here used to remember it was 80-20? Straight
Right.
80-20.
80-20.
Yeah. And then it started going, getting worse and worse and worse. And there were people we all were saying, let us go across state lines. Blue Cross Blue Shield's not gonna let you go across state lines.
No.
They went at the state insurance, because I filed them. The state insurance used to be with Texas International, something like that, International Insurance. But yet we were not allowed to go across. But our state went across and had, it was in Texas. So why they're fighting, the insurance, the money's fighting against you and me about going across state lines, because it would be so much cheaper. But the insurance companies are not gonna let that happen in each state. And Blue Cross Blue Shield is the leader under this.
Yeah, they have 83% of the market.
They
Yeah.
said
In
Chicago.
Arkansas,
Yes,
it's either gonna be
83%
greater
of the
than
market.
that. It's gonna be greater than
And I
that.
remember when
Because one of them backed
we
out.
paid our doctors,
United
all the
Healthcare.
doctors,
United
and we
Healthcare.
filed with our insurance company to get the reimbursement.
I used to be, you've got
We knew what we were
two to
buying.
pick from.
Right.
And qual choice is not much of a choice if you really want to know the truth.
One of the comments that was made several years ago, when I first got involved in the Tea Party and doing any of this, was one of the guys said to me, please remember that the insurance commissioners of the states don't want to lose their power.
That's right.
And that is a
That's
powerful group.
exactly right.
And that's probably part of what's.
I was just noticing this morning that it is a draft, and they're saying on the news that there'll be major and dramatic changes to this plan by the time it's passed.
Yeah.
I found that very intriguing and interesting.
It's in a
because
markup
I personally
state.
don't see it changing.
It's just in the market.
I was disappointed
It's
that
a shell
none of the
bill.
major things like changing prescription drug prices and things that could really make a difference. We're just dressing up the same old thing,
Yeah.
y'all, and it's not in a conservative viewpoint. They're still spending.
Yesterday,
Let's take
Jason
on
Chavis,
still
I've had a lot of respect, I think he was on Outnumbered or something, but his comment was, that I so appreciated was, Okay, fine, if the Senate passes a bill and the House passes a different bill, if it goes then to arbitration and you do what you're supposed to do, which is come to a compromise, then the system has worked. And you have come up with a bill that has been discussed instead of ramming it down somebody's throat. He said, that is the process that is supposed to take place in the government. And he said, that is what I'm hoping for, so.